everyone, welcome to this week's session. Get your music on, whether it's some relaxing music or a bit more upbeat. Make sure you've got a pillow close. We're going to start this week's session in a different sitting position if you've done any of the other sessions. So we're going to start, if you can, what I want you to try and do is actually sit back and try and move your calf muscles away, separate them. So you're really sat down into the feet here. So try and move the calf muscles away. If this is a little bit too much onto your feet or onto your knees, then do exactly the same, but just put a pillow underneath and then just separate your calf muscles to the side. So you're creating some space and you're getting a nice stretch through here. So we're going to start in this position. And as usual, we're going to start with some breath work. We're going to focus on the in-breath and the out-breath. We're going to start by closing down the eyes, placing the hands onto the knees, everything nice and relaxed. And just close your eyes here and just notice what your normal breath is doing. So no attention to the breath. Just normal breathing. Starting to prepare the body for today's session, practice, flow. Maybe notice the rise and fall of the rib cage as you breathe in and out. Maybe in this position, notice any tension in the body. Maybe scan your body from the tips of your toes, your ankles, your knees, your hips, your low back, upper back, shoulders, neck, head. Notice any tension in these areas. Recognize how your body feels now before you start to move. Start to bring the awareness to your breath. Breathing in through the nose a little bit deeper and breathing out through the nose a little bit deeper. As you start to inhale, breathe in through the nose, expand and fill your belly. So maybe place your right hand onto your belly. And as you breathe in, notice it fill. And as you breathe out, notice the belly fall back in, the belly button pulling towards the spine. Now, take your left hand to your chest, your ribs. As you breathe in, notice the rise in the belly and of the rib cage. As you breathe out, notice the fall in the abdomen and the fall in the rib cage. Maybe breathing in for a count of 4. And exhaling for a count of 4. Notice the movement in the belly as you fill, then into the ribs. Then notice the falling of the ribs and the abdomen as you breathe out. Place your hands back onto your thighs, your knees. Open your eyes. And let's start to warm up through the shoulders. Taking the shoulders up towards the ears, circling round and down. Taking the shoulders up, circling round and down. Again, 3 more times in your own time. Notice the difference to the shoulders here and the tension that you can feel to when you drop them. Notice that space between the ear and the shoulder when you allow them to relax. Fantastic. Now we're going to work through some cat-cows, arching forward. So bring the shoulders around. Maybe pull onto the knees as you arch and round. Bring your chin to your chest. Imagine you're being punched in the abdomen. Draw the belly button in. And then as you release, come sit up tall, arching the low back, opening the chest, opening your heart space, and looking up, stretching through the throat. Exhale, round down. Inhale, back up. Really arch through the chest, the pelvis. Take the head as far as you can. And then complete again. Rounding through the back. Really squash everything in. Chin to chest. Feel that stretch on the neck. And again. Inhaling up. Exhaling to release. Two more in your own time. And when you're ready, return to center. We're going to add some rotation. We're going to take the arms forward. Now have active fingers here, okay? Spirit fingers, if you've ever watched Bring It On, which I'm sure a lot of people have. So stretch the fingers forward. What I want you to do is try and bring your shoulder blades round your back. So the shoulder blades that sit here, try and round them so you're really having to reach forward here. And then bring them back to a neutral position. So reaching forward, round through the shoulder blades, and then bring them back. From the back here, round and back. So we're stretching everything in between the shoulder blades. Two more in your own time. Reaching forward, the shoulder blades coming round and back up. One more. And return. Okay, keeping this hand in this position. Take your left hand. We're going to open that book. So imagine you're opening all the way to the side. If you can, keep here. If you want to and you have that movement, take your neck to look towards your left hand, your left fingers. Maybe give them a wiggle here. Say hello to them. Fantastic. Come back to the centre and do exactly the same on the other side. So taking the right hand behind you, either staying looking forward, maybe bringing the head to 90 degrees, or if you've got that mobility, taking the neck to look behind you. Look at that right hand, give it a wave. Spirit fingers. Brill. And then return to center. Maybe doing this with a breath now. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to come all the way back. Inhale to the center. Exhale to open. Inhale back. Exhale to open. Really working on that rotation in the spine and the neck. Exhale to open. Inhale to prepare. Exhale. Inhale. And release the arms down. If you can, I'm going to get you now to come up onto your knees. Keep the toes tucked underneath. So try and make sure that all the toes are in contact with the floor so you can really start to stretch through the plantar fascia in the feet, okay? So maybe just sit here if you can. Just move and get some stretch into them toes. If you feel able to, and then I'm going to get you to come up. Now make sure in this position that you are squeezing your bum, you're squeezing your belly button so everything's nice and active. So squeeze the bum muscles here, squeeze your glutes. What you'll find is that your thighs automatically switch on and your hamstrings, pulling the belly button towards the spine. So you're nice. So if anyone was to go and push you now, you wouldn't just flop on the floor, you'd have that strength, okay? Bring your hands to heart center, and we're just going to do a little back bend here. So this is level 1. Squeeze the bum, squeeze the leg muscles, squeeze the core, and just start to lean back slightly, okay? If you get any pain, any pinching in the low back, come slightly forward. And just hover here. Everything active, so the thighs are active, the bum's active. And return to the center. If that level feels enough and okay for your back, then you stick with that level. If you want to go a little bit further, bring your hands to the base of your spine, so your sacrum here, so where your normal dimples will sit. Place your hands to here. Again, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the bum, squeeze the legs, everything active. And start to lean back and slight back bend here. Now this might be enough. Hold it in this position, make sure you draw the shoulders back, core locked in. Keep breathing. And return to center. If that level felt okay, you can now progress. Inhaling the arms up. Take your left hand to reach back for your left foot. Lean back into here, stretching the right arm forward, looking up, open the heart. Really stretch through here. Any pain, any compression in the back, you come out of this. Again, keep your glutes active. Use that core if you can to bring you back up. And then swap sides. Take the right hand down to the right foot. Lean back, reach up here. And slowly come back up. Now, because we've done some extension there, it's really important we now go the opposite way. So we're going to come into a child's pose. You can either take this in this position with the knees slightly wide, and you can rest your forehead onto your hands here. Or if you want to go a little bit wider, take the knees nice and wide, keep the bums sat onto the heels, and just slowly start to walk the hands down. Now this might be enough here. If you can, with child's pose, we really want you to be grounded and make that connection. So place, if you can, your forehead onto the floor, and let's round through that spine here. And just take a few breaths. Notice the heart rate. Notice your breath. Try and bring it back down. Try and slow inhales for 4 and slow exhales for 4. Now you can stay here for a few more breaths. If not, we're going to go into an on all 4 position now. Walking the hands back in. Placing the hands onto the mat, make sure the fingers are spread and come into your on all 4s position. Making sure that everything's in line, make sure the elbows aren't locked out, shoulder over elbow over wrist. I know I bang on about this, but it is really important because we don't want to cause any injuries. Make sure your hips over your knees, and just make sure your feet are placed down here. Lovely. So we're going to start to warm through the core a little bit. So I'm going to get you to take your left leg back. Just have a stretch here, move forward and backwards. Just stretch through the leg. When you're ready, take the left leg, lift the left leg, squeeze the glutes here in this position. If this is enough, you stay here and hold this. If you can, we're then going to progress, taking the right arm forward into our Superman. Everything nice and straight here. Tuck the belly in, nice and engaged. Now you can either opt to stay here and hold. If this feels okay, we're then going to go for them crunches. So bring your left knee to your right elbow, crunch in. So you really got to curl up here, pull that belly in, and then come back out. Fantastic. Come down with a foot if you need to. If not, we're going to go again. We're going to go for 4 more of these. So elbow to knee, crunch in, hold, and release, and stretch. And again, elbow to knee, crunch in, pull that belly button in, round that back, straighten out. And again, crunch in, hold it here, make sure you're strong through that left arm, and then come and hold in this position. So you're either going to hold here, or if you want to go for a bit more of an advanced, what I'm going to get you to do is you're going to bend the left leg. You're then going to try and take your right hand to catch your left leg. Push that left leg into your right hand and stretch through here. Keep the core nice and strong and hold. Hold, hold, hold. The more you push, the more you'll stabilize. Push through that left hand. If you're not doing this, just hold that leg. And then when you're ready, release down. Whew, maybe I will move through the wrists a little bit. Give them a bit of a shake. Whew, okay. You know what we're doing? We're doing exactly the same on the other side. Okay, so back into that on all four position. You're going to take the right leg out this time. Just stretch through the foot. Move forwards and backwards on the ball of the foot here. And when you're ready, level one is just lifting. And simply lifting in this position. Try not to tip. Try and make sure you're really strong in this position. It's with the glutes. Level one stays here. And you may just want to tuck in with the foot. If you want to go for level two, take that right arm forward. Stretch through. Okay. Nice and strong in the glutes. Ground through that right hand. We're going to go for them 5 abdominal crunches if you're ready. If not, you can hold here or just do the leg. So bring that left elbow to that right knee. Push through that right arm and really stretch round and curl. And release. And again, exhale. Inhale, come forward. 3 more. Exhale, come in. Push that belly button to spine. Inhale, release. Stretch, keep them glutes active. And again. Oh, that's it. Bring that elbow to that knee. Reach out here. Hold it here if you can. If you want to go for that next level, bend that right leg. Reach the left hand round to touch that right leg and push the right leg into your left hand. Pushing makes it easier. You can either turn and look or you can face forward. There's a lot of weight for this right hand, so it's really important you stay nice and strong. The more you push, the higher you get and the more stable you'll be. Ooh, keep a few breaths here. And release back down. Whew, so we've fired up that core now. We're ready to go into our flow and our practice. Fantastico. Okay, so we're going to make our way into a downward dog. So we're going to go back into that on all four position. We're going to tuck the toes. We're going to do that hover, just so you get into the good position here. So hover, the feet off, the legs off, engage through the core, nice and strong, nice flat back in this position. Just release back down. When you're ready, hover back up. Push the hips up high into your downward facing dog. Now this might be your first downward facing dog of the day, okay, so you might be really tight into the hamstrings. The key is, oops, new phone, forgot to put on silent. The key is here, just walk through your feet. So it's not about getting the legs as flat as you want, it's about what your hamstrings are doing, okay? So I'd rather you bend and bring your chest to your knees in this downward dog position here than be really forcing to try and get them heels down. If you can get the heels down, that's fantastic, but if not, don't worry. Okay, so just keep lifting the heels. Take that dog for a walk. Make sure there's not too much pressure through the elbows or through the hands. Okay, I'm going to get you in a second to step, walk or jump to the front of your mat. Come in to that gentle forward fold. Now, with the forward fold, make sure your legs are slightly bent. Bring your chest to the legs here. Allow the head to relax. And we're just going to do a bit of a ragdoll here. So in this position, slight bend in legs. Take hold of alternate elbows. Let the crown come down. And just rock from side to side. Fantastic. Okay, when you're ready, come to your halfway lift. So the halfway lift, the legs are going to straighten. You're either going to have your hands onto the floor here with a flat back, or place the hands onto the shins with a flat back here, okay? The key is to stretch. Lovely. Forward fold again, bend at the knees, come down to this position. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to now step back into your plank, or you can jump back. So if you're stepping back into a plank, 1 foot at a time into this plank position. If not, you're going to place the hands down, you're going to jump back into your plank here, nice and strong, and then I want you to come back up to that downward facing dog, whatever transition you took. Okay, lovely. So we're going to take the left leg as high as we can to the sky. So it might be up here, it might be here. Really important not to twizzle. Make sure everything's nice and straight. Step that right leg through in between the hands. You're going to come into your low lunge. Place, if you can, the left knee down. And what we're going to do in this position, I'm just going to get you to swoop the arms either to your knee, or if you can, bring them up to the ceiling here, really nice and high. Feel that stretch through the front of your hip here, okay? What I'm then going to get you to do is you're going to bring the hands down either side of the mat, and you're going to move backwards to stretch this front leg. So this leg staying where it is, the left, the right leg, we're coming for a stretch here. You can either keep the foot down if this is enough, or you can lift the toes to point towards your face. Now it might be that this is enough here. To feel that stretch more, what you can do is actually push that left hip back and then start to fold over that right foot, okay? Really important that you're not bending too much. So a fold, keep that head looking forward, pull them toes up. Lovely. Hold here and maybe start to create a bit of movement. So come back forward into that low lunge position and then come back. So walking the hands forwards and backwards through this movement. Now our hips can get so tight, so this might feel a little bit uncomfortable. Again, go with what your body's telling you to do. If you just want stillness here, just stay in this position. When you're ready, place the hands either side of the foot, and we're going to step back to that downward facing dog. So you're going to tuck the left toes, lift the left toes, and step back to that downward facing dog. You're then going to lift through the left leg as high as you want to. You're going to exhale, step it through in between the legs, drop the right knee, the right foot, and come in to that low lunge, which might be here, or you might want to take the hands to the sky. Keep the belly tucked in. Just have a few moments here. When you feel ready, you're then going to go back into that stretch. So placing the hands either side, about mat width apart, so you're a little bit wider, and start to come back to straighten this left leg. Now this might be enough here. You might feel this in your hamstrings. If you want to increase it, you can then tuck the toe, point it towards your face. Make sure you're squaring here, square off a little bit. Try and pull that right hip back. When you pull it back, you get more of a stretch. Now, if this is enough, that's absolutely fine. You might then want to fold over, taking your breaths, feel that stretch. If you find the stillness is annoying and you want to move, then feel free to go into that forward lunge here and then back into that stretch. This is your practice. I don't know what your body wants. You might want stillness, you might want movement. Go with what your body's telling you. Mine's feeling movement today. Okay, brilliant. If you're in the stretch, just a few more breaths in there. When you're ready, come back to that low lunge. Frame the foot, lift the right knee up, tuck the toes, step back to your downward facing dog. Fantastic. So just in this downward facing dog, just have a bit of a walk out again. Maybe come onto your tiptoes here. Maybe go from side to side on the tiptoes. See how that feels. Make sure there's not too much weight through the hands in the downward facing dog. So you should be able to take your hands off, move around either side because you're not pushing too much pressure through them. Okay. We're now going to move through a little bit of a flow. So lift the right leg again as high as you want it to be. Step it through the hands. Come into your high lunge. So make sure you're grounded through the feet. Bring the arms up into your high lunge. You might want to be here. That's absolutely fine. If not, take the hands towards the sky and just hold a second in this lunge. Okay. So we're now going to go to our warrior two position. We're going to draw our swords. So we're going to take our hands forward and backwards. You're going to pivot on that back foot so that your foot is facing forward. And we're into our warrior two. So it's really tempting when we come from this high lunge into our warrior two to release that knee. So keep that knee bent, draw your swords. So you're in a sideways position here. So I'm going to show you from the side here what this should look like. So we're in that sideways position. Okay, so make sure that everything is in line in this warrior two. So nice bend in the front foot. Make sure the toe is in line with your knee, okay? Make sure when you look back, the back leg's nice and straight. Make sure you're looking forward, and you're looking forward over your fingers. Maybe look back and check that that's in line as well, and hold this position. Now, this can be quite a strong position. If you're sort of not feeling it, it might be that you need to go lower into that front leg, but again, make sure it's in line, make sure the knee's not coming or going out. And we're just going to hold this here. It's such a strong pose. Fantastic. Woo. We're feeling it. Okay, so when you're ready, we're going to take the arms back down, frame that front foot, twist the back leg back into your downward facing dog. We're going to go straight into this, guys. Lift the left leg. Woo. Step it through. Make sure you're grounded. Come into that high lunge, which might be here. You might want to come higher. Once you're into that high lunge, we're going to go again for our warrior two. Twist that back leg and open up. So the pressure is through the outside of the right foot. Make sure that left leg is bent. Make sure you're nice and straight. So try and tuck that pelvis in as best you can here as well, okay? Make sure that knee is over the front toe. Look down, maybe look back. Make sure everything is in line. You're tucked in, nice and strong. Like the warrior that you are. Whoo, brilliant. Okay, bring the hands back down. Frame the front foot. Twist back. Step back into your downward facing dog. Come onto your knees and just take a child's pose, just because we've got quite a lot of heat and energy there. So we're just going to take a moment to return the breath back to its normal and just the heart rate as well. We'll take a few moments here just to bring that heart rate back down. Get everything nice and stable. Notice where you're feeling the heat at the moment. Notice that difference at the beginning of the practice to now. Does everything feel a lot looser? The blood's flowing, your heart rate, your breath. Try and just calm it all down. Brilliant. Okay. Coming back on all fours now. We've worked through the core a bit. We've worked through the legs. We're going to do a little bit of arms now. So we're going to go in for some tricep dips, tricep press-ups. So when I say tricep press-ups, it's really common for a lot of people to do their press-ups like this and do wide press-ups. When you do yoga and you progress, what we work on are tricep dips. So because part of our flow involves using our triceps to come down and then come back up. So it's really good to work the triceps in this position. So come onto your knees, take your hands slightly further forward, make sure that everything's in a line here, okay? And we're going to go for 4 to start with, tricep dips. So tuck the belly in, make sure you're nice and strong, and bring your elbows towards your body and come down and back up, okay? So I'm going to show you here so you can see the position. So you're going to keep the elbows down by your side and coming back up here, okay? So make sure it's just the triceps that are working. And I want you to go for 4 of these, then have a break, and then go again. So you hopefully you've done about 4 now, and me blabbing on. So I'm getting away, we're not doing many here. Okay, so ready to go together. We're going to go for 1 and come back up, keep that core strong. Number 2, keep that core strong, back up. Number 3, keep that core strong. Number 4, we're going to go for more. 5. We're going to go for 6, but I want you to hold this last one for me. So come down and hold it. Tuck them elbows in, hold it, and then come back up. And just have a stretch back into child's pose here. Maybe make a prayer and place the hands above the head to stretch the triceps out in this position. Fantastic. Well done, guys. Okay. Brilliant. Okay, so what we're going to do now is going to come into a few spinal twists to finish off today. So you're going to come into sitting, placing the feet in front of you here. If you can, take the left leg, place your foot on the outside of the right foot here, nice and flat. If this is enough, that's fine. For the next level, you might want to bring the right leg and just bring that right foot next to your hip here. So you're really curled up. Level 1, have that right leg straight. Level 2, bring it to the side here. Make sure if you are bringing it here, your sit bones are still on the floor. So just remove your flesh from your sit bones. Fantastic. So you might already be feeling this into the legs. Take a deep breath in. Take the arms above the head here. You're then going to take your left hand to come behind you. Bring your right elbow to your right knee as your anchor. And basically we're going to turn to stretch. Now, what we don't want you to be doing is straining your neck in this position. So as you take that hand back and you're stretching here, make sure you're lifted before you turn. So a lot of people want to follow with go with the neck straight away. Keep lifted and follow with your neck if you can. If you've not got that neck mobility, just stay looking in a neutral position, okay? To make the stretch deeper, you can push that right elbow onto that knee to stretch even further. Make sure you're not collapsed, even if it means pushing yourself up with your fingertips here. Now this one, it really does spiral your chest, so it can feel quite difficult to breathe. That's really good because I want you to take them nice deep breaths into the chest, and that will open up them areas. Really help with intercostal and the ribs. Lovely. To counteract it, just take the left elbow to the right knee, just to come back round. You might notice with this, you get some clicks and some clunks. That's absolutely fine, okay, as long as it's not painful. So we're going to repeat again. Take the right foot over the left leg. This might be level 1, this might be enough for you. If not, bend the left knee, bring the left foot next to the left hip. Make sure your bum bones are sat on the floor here, okay? And we're going to go for a spinal twist. We're going to reach up, exhale, place the right hand behind you, the left elbow to your right knee. This might be enough. If not, use that back hand to help push you and give you that stretch that you need. Okay? Into this position here. So it might be that your back arm, you need to just be onto your fingertips. It's all about being lifted and open. What we don't want, and we see so many people doing this, okay, you need to be open. Think about opening that heart, open the chest, push the left elbow into the right knee, really stretch, maybe look behind you if you can, and take them breaths here to open. Fantastic. Oh, lovely. Brill. Brill, and then come back to center and just do a counter twist to bring that. Lovely. Last stretch now. Forward fold. So in this position, we're going to breathe. Inhale, Exhale, come forward into your forward fold. Okay, so when we think about forward fold, we're wanting to get to our belly towards our thigh. So it's not about getting your chest down, it's about your belly. So make sure, as you come up, imagine you're going to reach your toes and then come into this position, okay? It might be that you're here, that's absolutely fine. If you've got something like a dressing gown cord or a strap, that can be quite useful for this, to actually pull onto and hold into this position so you can keep a nice straight back here. And that can be really nice because I think we're so pressured in this to sort of get to here and be like, oh yeah, but actually just being here is enough because that's really going to help to stretch. So just hang out here for a bit. Notice what you're feeling. Brill. Fantastic. Release out of that. Give the legs a little bit of a shake and take the legs about as wide as your mat. Give them a little bit of a shake. Point the fingers forwards. We're going to come into a lion position now, but you're going to use your core to get there. So I want you to imagine you're reaching for someone, reaching, and then they're slowly lowering you down one vertebrae at a time. So it's really hard to keep active, but keep that belly nice and strong. Keep the legs flat. Imagine someone's lowering you down, really slow. You're working the core, and then come into that lion position. And just make sure you're as comfortable as you can be here. So make sure the legs are separated, the feet naturally fall out, the hips naturally fall out, the hands down by the hips, maybe a little bit further away out to the side, the fingers naturally curling. Make sure the shoulder blades having contact with the mat or the floor. Make sure the base of the head, make sure the chin is pointing towards the ceiling and it's not compressed. And just find that really important relaxing position here. And just notice what your breath's doing, what your heart rate's doing. How are you feeling at this moment compared to when you first started? Do you feel warm? Does it feel different? And just notice that. Just take this time here. Just have a moment. In that lying position, I'm going to get you to do a full squeeze of your body. So I want you to squeeze your toes and your feet, squeeze your calf muscles, squeeze your thighs, squeeze your bum, squeeze your back, squeeze your shoulders, squeeze your face, your hands, make a fist, and then release back into the mat. Notice the difference between your body when it's tense and when it's relaxed. Repeat this again. Point your toes towards your face. Tense the calf muscles. Tense your knees, your thighs, your bum, your stomach, your back, your shoulders, your fists, your face. Scrunch your face and then release when you're ready. Again, notice the difference between a tense and a relaxed muscle. And just take this time to release and let go. Forget about the breath, natural rise and fall. If your mind starts to wander, thinking about what you did yesterday or what you've got to do in a bit or tomorrow. Just bring yourself back to this moment and say, I am here, this is now, this is my time. Now you might choose to stay here for another 5-10 minutes, maybe pausing the video and keeping some music on yourself. If not, slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Start to bring some awareness, wake the body back up. Roll onto your right side using your hand forearm as a pillow. Keeping the eyes closed if you can. And notice how you feel in this position. The reason we tend to go in this position, it can be a rebirth position. So it's that baby, that fetal position. So after our practice, we feel like we've been reborn, hopefully. Feeling good energy, good flow, good vibes. Use your left hand now to push yourself back up. Come into a comfortable seated position, maybe with the legs crossed, placing the hands onto your thighs, keeping the eyes shut if you can. Maybe bringing the hands to heart center. And just thanking yourself for taking this time to practice today, to get your body moving, to have that time for you, and for practicing with me today. Thank you. Namaste. Hope you're all feeling a lot warmer, a lot better. I definitely got a sweat on, but the weather's changed a little bit today. It's been miserable all week, and then it's really nice today. So it's lots of good vibes. Hope you enjoyed that and look forward to seeing you next week. And we're going to progress the flow a little bit more. But good vibes, that's what we want, folks. Good vibes. Bye.